there's no question that once a vision is laid out and articulated cleanly, which is what you just said, right? They have a hard time articulating it, that it gives sort of the guide rails and the North Star to the rest of the team. But the planning process to get there is troubling for me, I'll say.
Yeah.
So what are the tenets of your planning process?
So the reality is that most entrepreneurs have never successfully predicted what they're going to do in a week.
Yeah.
And most have never successfully predicted a month or a quarter. And a year is so far afield that a lot of times we just get into that place. It's like, shoot for the stars and you'll land on the moon if you miss. Which really, that statement frustrates me. I have this whole theory of like, as entrepreneurs, once you build the team, once you have a company, pull the target closer. Like pull it to something that in a year you're going to win, and everybody feels like they're winning. And when we have entrepreneurs pull the target closer, oftentimes what happens is the team far exceeds the target. When they, are at $1 million business and they go through some goal setting workshop, and so they set the goal for 10 million the next year, the team just walks around feeling defeated, like the goals don't mean anything. If you shoot for the stars and you miss, chances are you're not going to land on the moon. Chances are you're going to be floating around in space like frozen without oxygen. And so like, let's get real about how we behave as entrepreneurs. I think we've had this entire dogma in the entrepreneurial world that if you're not setting unrealistic goals, then they don't matter. Well, in working with now thousands of companies, when we can get entrepreneurs to take a step back, pull the target closer, establish a goal where the team's going to win for the year, you go from teaching your team how to lose gracefully to having a team that walks around with their chest poked out because, hey, we're winning. And you go from trying to tell everybody on a monthly basis, hey, it's going to be okay, to the team telling you, hey, we're going to do better than you think. And so that's a lot of our practice is building realism into the planning process. And when I say this, I think a lot of entrepreneurs go, oh, well, then nobody's growing that fast. Well, I mean, we've had companies that we worked with that have gone from 2 to 30 million in a 3 or 4 year time span. And not just one. We've had tons of companies go from the low millions into the tens of millions, but it's because they established this pattern of winning. They established this pattern where the team actually believes in the goals. And once you successfully have planned a year where your team has accomplished it, the next year they trust it even more. And so you get a lot more discretionary effort from people. You get a lot more excitement out of people. And so a lot of what we do is helping entrepreneurs plan in a way that the people around them can actually understand it and go out and win.